Now, in listing edit screen, first we have to import our API. So import listings API from, we go up to API/listings. Now we jump to our component. I just discovered a shortcut today I'm going to share with you. On Mac, it's Shift, Command, and period. This shows different objects in this file, so we can quickly jump to validation schema, categories, our component, and so on. On Windows, it's probably Shift, Control, and period. So let's jump to our listing edit screen. Okay, so here's our form. Now we should replace this inline function with a function reference. So let's call that handle submit. Now we implement it here. Handle submit takes values, or we can call it listing to be more explicit. Here we're going to call listings API.add listing. Now look, the reason I like to export my API functions using a default object is that here it's completely obvious that we're making an API call. If we exported add listing on its own and then imported it in listing edit screen, our code would end up like this. Now it's not clear that we are making an API call. What is add listing doing? Is it adding the listing in memory cache for this app, or is it calling the server? It's not clear what this function is doing. So that is the reason why I like to export my API functions using a default object. So here we call listings API, then add listing. Now this listing object that we have here doesn't have a location property because location is not part of our form. It's a separate object that we get using the location hook. Now here we have two choices. We can set listing.location to this location object, but I'm personally not a fan of this approach because I believe we shouldn't touch this argument. We shouldn't touch this object that Formik gives us. So I would rather pass a new object here. First, we spread the listing object to copy its properties, and then we add the location object. Okay, so we call this function await it and get the result. Now let's make this async. Now, if result is not okay, we're going to tell the user could not save the listing. And then we're going to return, or as I told you before, we can combine these two statements and get rid of these ugly curly braces. That's better. So otherwise, we're going to tell the user success. That's enough for now. We don't want to worry about a progress bar or an animation. We just want to focus on a single step. So as I told you before, always try to implement a feature in a series of baby steps. Focus on a single task at any point in time. Okay, so let's test our app. Save the changes. Here's our app. Let's add a new listing. Okay, post. Beautiful. We successfully posted the listing to the server. Next, I'm going to show you how to track the upload progress.